Hey everyone, I've recently started a partnership with Minor League Esports to promote my subscription coaching academy program. If you'd like to learn more about the academy program, make sure to join my Discord through the description of this video, and then there's a channel in my Discord with all the info you need about the program, the costs, and what you're going to get out of it compared to just general one-on-one coaching. Through the league, I'm running some free events, such as the one you're watching today, so if you want to take advantage of these live, make sure to join the league through my description or also through my Discord. Minor League Esports is a welcoming, organized competitive league for Rocket League players of all skill levels. They pride themselves on fostering an inclusive and non-toxic environment where everyone can fully enjoy the excitement of Rocket League. There's professional grade streams every Saturday featuring top-tier casters from RLCS and CRL. You'll feel like a pro playing in front of hundreds of fans. With that out of the way, here's my live ranked games with Q&A. I'll also be uploading the replay review I did at this event later this week, so turn on notifications so you don't miss that. But I will just be talking through my thought process and explaining how I think about the game, why I make the decisions I make, and then answering questions between games, plus the replay at the end. So, playing twos, start with a basic cheat. Don't want to like be in his butt, but do want to be close enough that I can get a 50 like that. Push up for the boost because I'm not useful, right? So it's like if I were to just rush back, I'm not going to be there in time. I just got rammed. Um, so it's important that I push up for the boost, so if my teammate gets a touch, I can be there. That was bad for me to get bumped. I just didn't pay attention to that guy, so he got me on the bump. Okay, so I know my teammate likes to have me lose it. There it is, he said need boost. So I'm going to do that for him. I'm going to pick up the boost, turn towards my net, because if something goes wrong, I want to be facing that. That's where you want to be facing. For here, I'm just going to catch it, try and beat down mid, and then kind of set myself up behind him again, turning towards where the ball could go next, so that I'm here, and then boom. Because of that, I'm here, and I can try and get a 50 mid. A lot of my touches you'll see today is I'm trying to get them to my teammates. So if I'm not shooting, I'm trying to control it and then turn it into a pass. And then off the ball, you can see I'm picking up the pads. I'm going to catch it and just catch it backwards just to kind of reset it. Draw a player in, try and go under him. He ends up getting a good touch around me. I'm going to jump quickly just to force it. I think my teammate will be able to get it. He isn't, so I'm going to bump for him. And make this guy come to me. Pop it mid to my teammate. He doesn't have much boost, so any touch is good. I'm going to wait a second, let my teammate kind of get in the way. Here I'm going to let this guy, because he's going to my corner. He's not doing much. Again, no flipping. It's a big thing in Rocket League. A lot of people flip too much or they jump too much. It's important to keep yourself as grounded as possible. I think he might be able to score off that. Maybe not. He isn't, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to roll it. I'm going to fake down low and try and 50 mid to my teammate. Maybe try and bump this guy. He's just going to boom it back. So here I'm going back. I'm going to try and pick up some pads, not just go towards where the play is, but pick up pads towards where the ball could go next. He ends up faking me, but at least I force him. Again, covering towards where the ball could go next, so I'm here. I end up just leaving it because my teammate's got it. Pick up the pads, right? You're off the ball. Pick up the pads. Try and jump early, get a block, and then that should give my teammate maybe an open net, depending on the touch he gets. Bad touch from me. Pop it mid for him. Here I'm just going to try and 50, just to keep the ball in pressure, because I saw my teammate didn't have boost. Does a good job of going. Try and shoot again. Teammate's going to pick up some boost, and then maybe boom it up to me, depending on how it looks. I'm going to wait, because it looks like he's going to get 50'd. Going to 50 low. Try and bump. He ends up getting B on the bump, and that's unfortunate, but that's okay. Yeah, reminder for those joining, type your name in chat if you want to have a replay in the stage channel. There's notes there, same with asking questions of how it'll work and stuff like that. A little fake. I'm going to grab the boost here. I'm going to play mid for my teammate. So here I'm by myself, right? So I kind of have to just deal with the consequences. And he ends up just getting a good flip reset. I could just insta-challenge. I just didn't know if I could, if I could. I forgot my train of thought, but my thought process was I was going to wait and see if he makes a mistake. He didn't. He got a good flip reset. Here we're down, so I'm going to start to play a little bit more aggressively. Just force the ball. My teammate's there. He ends up just being slightly too slow, so because of that we're going to get countered on. I'm going to try to bump. Rotate to my back post. I don't have much boost, so I'm just going to jump. When you don't have boost, it's no reason to like overcomplicate. You should just kind of go And when you go, especially when you're first, you want to go for the ball. Don't try and like be the hero. Just go for the ball or play the ball, not what they could do. Here I'm gonna start to go up. I'm gonna go above him, and my teammate can hopefully be there to shoot. He ends up getting 50. That's okay. Pick up some pads. I don't have much boost, so I'm gonna hit it across, which will allow me to pick up this boost. Play the beat, then my teammate can follow it, and then he'll have a little 1v1 to work off of. Here I'm gonna push up with pads. I'm gonna wait, try and buy him time, buy him time. Okay, I know he's gonna be behind me, so I pre-jump, and allows me to just force, even if I don't get a touch. So I don't have boost, so I'm gonna go towards where the ball could go next, and where there could be boosts, which there is, and then I'm here. That was an unfortunate spawn. Well, fortunate for him, unfortunate for me. So here I'm trying to drive to look for the bump, and then I immediately go back out to cover the midfield. Play my teammate's touch. Just gonna pop it over, then play his force. Trying to hit it above him. A fake. Try to avoid the bump. Hit it around him. Just pick up some pads and force. We're down, so I can't really go for the boost. I have to go for the ball. There, I can leave it for my teammate. Gonna pop it light for him. Should be open net. There we go. For those joining, type your name in chat if you want to have a replay done or be drawn for a replay at the end. If you have questions, you can raise your hand, or you can, I don't know what P means. He's typing P in. I don't know what P means. Or you can, if you have questions, you can type your question in chat, or you can raise your hand, and I'll answer it between games. So here I'm playing where the ball could go, so I'm looking to the right because that's where the ball can go. Now I can go left, so I'm going to look to the left. I'm going to wait because I can't really do much. And here I'm just going to try and shoot low. I end up missing. That's kind of an unfortunate miss where I had to score. I'm going to pop it back in his direction since I know he's right underneath me. Oh my, that was laggy. Try to keep it up for fun. Didn't succeed. That's okay. I don't know how P translates to saying warm up. Well, that was our warm up. Yeah, so a big thing that I'm personally working on that you guys will see a little bit of today is speed. Speed doesn't just mean like the physical movement of your car, but positioning and just being not hesitant with your touches, trusting your teammate, being there for the follow-ups. When you're at a higher level, when you're in that SSL area, Jesus Christ, I guess 500 ping, you want to try and be faster the follow-ups because if you're faster, you're probably going to score. That would have been embarrassing if I missed that when this guy's lagging very hard. But I think the most important thing that I mentioned earlier in this game, for those that were here, or the last game, is trying to keep yourself grounded. It's like, yes, you want to be fast, but fast doesn't mean flip, doesn't mean jump. It means just being there. Now, does flipping, like, is there a time where it's appropriate to flip? Is there a time where it's appropriate to jump? Yes. But if you do it too much, you're going to throw yourself out of the play. So it's important to try and keep yourself grounded. Here, I force it. It's another thing when you force the ball, try to force it high, not low. So that's why I kind of stay underneath. Leave it for my teammate. Oh, I'm gonna miss. Try and fake and go low. I'll take it here while he grabs the boost. Keep myself grounded, right? And I can just go around him. I don't know how I got spun out there, but I got spun out. Let my teammate take the 50. And then, because it's important to pass, right? Pass it up to him so that it's in his path. And then boom, we get a shot, we get a goal. Almost like soccer, if any of you have played that, you lead with passes. And as first man, it's important to not just instantly go back to defense. You want to see if your teammate can pass it to you. A lot of people I notice kind of miss out on passing opportunities because I just got dribbled. Holy. Because they are afraid to like right now, for example, let's say that my teammate were this were to happen, if he instantly goes back, then he can't be there for a pass. But if he were to stay for a second and I have a good opportunity, then I pass. Here I could slow it down because he's got to come to me. I'll go straight down for my teammate. Nice. I don't know what they were doing there. I think he might still be lagging. Nope, he's not lagging. It was a weird decision, but we'll work off of it. Watch for Spanish. A lot of people do it, so you gotta be careful. We're gonna let him come to me. Maybe try and bump him. Hit it backwards for my teammate. That'll set him up for a better play. And then stay grounded, just kind of playing in the midfield area. No flipping, no single jumping, right? When I see them challenged, then I can. Try and bump them on the way. Pick up the pads. I'm going to force here just because I know my teammate doesn't have much boost, and neither do I. So if I'm closer and I see that he might be getting bumped or whatever, it's important to force for him. He can see I'm picking up the pads. Try and shoot it to the back post. I end up putting a little bit high, but that's okay. We'll fake, stay grounded, right? My teammate's out of the play. I want to buy him time to get back, and you'll see that he's even going to cut for me, which is really good. And no flipping, just single jumping to the ball or double jump, right? Try and flick it. I could single jump for the bump, but since he already jumped, it's not really worth it. And then I might just throw myself out of the play. So I decided to just let him hit it, and then my team ended up being there. Sometimes just being there is enough to force people to make touches. Bad kickoff from me. Again, drive towards the play. Some people take like really wide rotations, and because of that, they end up slow. So it's important to not do that. I'm going to wait. Just wait at the back post for the shot. Hit it in front of me so I can take another 50. There I use the flip to kind of reach it because I end up being a little further from the ball than my teammate, or than my opponent, I mean. Here I'm going to insta-challenge just because he made a single jump, and I'm going to look for the bump. Then rotate quickly behind my teammate, and then play his force. So as soon as he forces, boom, I'm here. I'm going to fake it because they're not challenging, so there's no reason to. Hit it around him, pop it, try and flip back on the wall, which allows me to get back a little bit quicker, and then my teammate score anyways. I was kind of impressed with myself there on that side flip. I didn't think I'd reach the wall again. But that's what I mean by trying to keep yourself grounded, is you don't want to always flip, because if I'd flipped there, I would have floated for a while, and if we didn't score, we get scored on, versus there I was able to flip back on the wall. Anyone have questions before I cue the next one in chat or raising your hand on the stage? Going once, going twice. Oh, someone's typing. I'm gonna let them type. Answer that question and then go next. Maybe they're typing their name. Who knows? When's the best time to fake challenge or just straight go? Okay, so this is complicated. I'm gonna give you a few because a lot of it you learn by playing, but a few really, really good things to remember is if your teammate's out of the play, right? Let's say the most classic is like in your opponent's corner. If your teammate just went for the ball and the ball kicks down to the corner and you're the second man, your first thought is hit the ball in the corner and try and get it back mid. But your teammate's not going to be there because they're either in the net, out of boost, whatever. And if you were to throw yourself at it and get beat, it's an open net. So in your opponent's corners, it's a really good place to fake challenge, especially when they have possession, right? That's a big one. Another one is, let's say that you're in the midfield and you're by yourself in a 1v1 or something. Well, there's not that immediate threat. Yes, you're in a 1v1, they could score, but you have a second. It's not like they're right in front of their net or in front of your net, so you could fake challenge. And then after, if that doesn't work, then you can just challenge straight up. But I'd say fake challenges are very important when there's not a threat, right? So if you can't just immediately get scored on, a fake challenge can't hurt to try. But you don't want to only fake challenge because then they know. The same way you don't want to just insta every time because then they'll know. So having a balance is important, and kind of remembering to alternate almost is important. But I'd say the biggest one is in the corners, right? So if I go to free play, I changed my map. There we go. Right, like let's say that I'm in my opponent's corner right here and the ball's like kicking out, like this would be a good place to fake challenge. Or let's say that I'm shadowing someone in there right here, like to my right. I could turn and fake, like that's a good place, versus like here, I'm too close to my net. If I turn, I just have to go, right? Because if they flick, it's just going to go over my head anyways. So when there's an immediate threat, like they're really close to my net, you want to just go. Versus if they're further away from the net, you might as well fake challenge, especially if you're needing to buy time for your teammate. So I guess if I were to simplify it, the corner is a big example, but in general, if you need to buy time for your teammate, let's say they're not back yet, a fake challenge is a good way to start. So fake challenging is very, very powerful when you need to buy time for your teammate to get back. And I'll demonstrate that a little bit more during this game. Let me know if that clarifies, otherwise I can talk more. But during this game, I'll mention it a little bit more so you can see some examples in game of this happening. You might, if I forget to mention it, you might also just see me do it anyways and recognize it. But yeah, definitely fake challenge when you want to buy time for a teammate. And that usually applies more in twos than it does in threes. In threes, you should fake challenge to buy time too, but you're not going to need to buy time as much because you have that third player. So usually you shouldn't be left back by yourself unless your teammates really left you in a bad position, which does happen. Don't get me wrong. Um, but try to minimize it. Okay. Try and bring it up a little bit more this game. I will cheat here. Try and hit it around him. I'm going to slow it down, buy my teammate some time to just get back. Or position mid, I guess is what I meant to say. I'm going to fake. I don't need to use boost because this guy can't really score. Just try and rip it. This would be a good place to fake challenge just because I don't have boost, right? So I grab the boost and I force the ball and then my teammate can get it. So even though my teammate didn't need me to he didn't need to get back or anything, it's important to fake challenge there because if I were to just throw myself at it, I wouldn't have boost and I would just be out of the play. Like here, he wants to fake challenge because he wants to buy me time to get back, which he did, and that was good. I could jump there. I think that's what he wanted, but I was too far. So here, this would be a good place to fake challenge too. Just existing. And then my teammate forces. Here I fake, right, because my teammate's not back. And you see how well that works. Is like I'm not even really doing much, but I just me existing scares people. Like I'm turning as if I'm gonna go, and then I don't, and then that guy panicked. It's the aura, I guess. um, so kickoff, try to hit the ball as center as I can. The more center you hit the ball, the better your 50 is usually gonna be, unless you're trying to lose it, right? Here he ended up faking, so I'm just gonna try and shoot. My teammate scores, perfect. Did a good job of staying close. And there I don't need to fake because we have possession. If they had possession, then I probably would have faked because I'm low boost. So here he wants me to lose it, so I won't hit the center of the ball. I'm going to hit the side so that it goes to him. Pick up the boost, turn towards my net, right, in case something goes wrong. Don't turn out. It's a bad habit. I'm going to fake here. Take a 50. Play my teammate's pop. I got to trust. I'm going to fake there. Again, make him come to me. I don't need to necessarily flip, right? I can just drive. Then my teammate will challenge next. Then I'll rotate behind my teammate. Then here I'm going to pop it forward to him. He's got low boost, so I try to pop it low. And then that gives him an opportunity to 1v1. Here, this would be a great place to fake, right? Because I can't challenge. He's not behind me. Now that he's behind me, I can challenge. So that's the perfect example that I was talking about that you'll notice, especially in twos, is... Let's see if I can score this. Great pinch by him. Is when you're in your opponent's corner. Your teammate's not back. Here I'm picking up the pads. He ends up just scoring, so it doesn't matter. But I'm picking up the pads and rotating back post, so if he gets 50, I'm there. I probably could have picked up pads and been closer to him, though, because if that 50 stalls, I should be there, especially if I'm practicing speed, like I was talking about. I'm going to grab this boost. I can't fake challenge here, right, because my team is not going to be able to get back, so that would be an exception to the rule that we talked about. A good save. I'm going to leave it. Oop, I'm going to go back because I saw that happen. I'm there for the save. I'm going to fake it, and then my teammate can get it. I'm going to push up for some boost and a bump. He's going to be able to get it, so... Oh, he missed, so I will force. I don't think I'll be able to get back to this, unfortunately, but it's possible. Nah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, so he just missed there. It happens. Not going to play perfectly all the time. And then after that, the guy faked me. And he was close to my net, so I couldn't fake challenge. So that's another reason why I insted. So it's just a little dangerous to fake there. So here I can slow it down, make him come to me, which I did. So I just hit it above him, or under him, I guess. But it's good to slow the ball down when you do get possession on offense, because you want to make people come to you. So as soon as he went ceiling, I knew that I could hit it. And then as long as I put a okay shot on target, then there's a good chance the guy won't save it. And if he does, it's okay, because I force one guy to be out of the play, force the other guy to use boost, and then our teammate gets the ball back. So here I'm a psychopath, so I tend to insta, as you can see, and then my teammate gets the ball. Then I'm going to bump for him, grab the boost first. Oh, here I need to buy him time, right, so I'm not going to insta. I would fake, but since the opponent gave it away, I don't need to do that. My teammate got bumped, I'm pretty sure, so I just took the 50 instead. Again, I'm going to cover the midfield here in case there's a pass mid. Take a 50, because you don't want your teammate to put the ball across the net, so sometimes I even challenge my own teammates when they do that, but here I'm pretty sure Jax was leaving it for me. I'm going to let him. There's no threat, right? So this is a good time where I could fake. then hit it to my other corner. Well, I cleared him and he cleared me. Here I'm going to turn towards my net again. It's a good habit to build is when you turn, you don't really want to turn away from your net. You usually want to turn towards your net so that you can protect it if something happens. Got demoed there. That's okay. Got low boost, so I'm going to push up with pads in the direction the ball is going to go. I'm going to let him. Good place to fake challenge again because my teammate can't really get back yet. Here I'm going to challenge because my teammate ended up single jumping and being awkward. Steal all the boost since I'm up here and there's no threat. Even steal the pads if you can. You can see I'm just driving through and picking up pads. That can make their life a little bit harder. Fake challenge, you can see that forces the guy into the corner. Fake challenge again because there's no threat. It's like these touches are cool and all, but you can't score, so it doesn't matter. And I did that because my teammate's not back. Meant to pass that to him, but he wanted to pinch, so well, that's fine too. So here I'm just waiting. I'm going to let him cut for me, but I'm covering the mid pass. I end up getting faked, but my teammate saves it. Here I'm just going to fake. I'm going to leave the boost for my teammate, and I'm just going to pick up pads and then challenge. He ends up challenging, so I'll just keep picking up pads. Play his challenge. Start with a fake, and I reacted a little bit late. Realistically, my teammate should have let me go first there, and probably shouldn't be pre-jumping from that position. Until someone's already committed to an air dribble, the pre-jump is a bad idea, because then they can fake it and just beat you for free. So usually only want to pre-jump when people go high up on a wall, because that's how you know they're going to air dribble. I went for a delay there because I'm assuming they're going to try some weird stuff since they're down, right? It's important to stay active nowadays. People, oh shoot, people when they're down tend to try things on kickoffs, especially. So it's important to be active, an active thinker about what they're doing. Then game's over. Okay. I hope that showed you an example of like when the fake challenge and stuff like that. Anyone have questions? I think Zay's typing. If anyone has a question, they can type it, raise their hand in the stage, whatever is preferred. Oh, here we go. In your own corners, is it best to do fake a lot, especially if it's in 1v1? Again, it depends. I think that you don't want to only fake because then it's like they know. But if you're low boost, you probably want to challenge versus if you have boost to work with or you're going to be able to recover from the fake challenge, then you can fake. My recommendation on that would be probably just watch pros. Like go and watch those high level 1v1 games. It's free to you. Literally go on ball chasing, type in a pro's name, look at their 1v1 replay, see what they do in the corner, see how they behave. Watch Johnny Boy, whatever. But I would never say a lot. I think in Rocket League you always have to remember there's a balance in things. So it's never just fake or just challenge. It's you got to find a balance. Would I say that maybe it's like 60-40? Yeah, probably 60-40. But I wouldn't think of it as like one secret formula in every position. Um, because there's going to be moments where like if someone has really good control of the ball, then a fake challenge is good versus if they don't have good control of the ball, then just challenge. Right? So there's a lot of factors that go into whether you fake or not. Just some of the main ones happen to be threat. And then 1v1s you can't buy time for anyone, right? So it's just about trying to get them to fuck up or mess up. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to curse. We'll say fuck up. So cheat here. I'm not going to be able to get the boost, so I'm just going to pick up this full. And then I'm going to buy some time for my teammate to get boost. So I'm not insta. And now I'm going to try to force him high. And what that's going to do is make it hard for the opponent to score and make it hard for my teammate to get bumped and hard for them to really be able to do much. Again, here I'm assuming he's going to pass mid. So I try to pre-jump. My teammate makes a really good save. I'm just going to keep it in the corner. Even if it looks really wrong the way that I jumped, it's just about getting the touch into the corner, even if it's not pretty. Could I have made a better touch or like recovered better off my touch? Absolutely. Dude seems to be faking a lot, so I'm going to remember that, right, for the rest of the game. That's a 1v1 tip right there, is in ones you want to try and pay attention to people's habits. And if I'm noticing someone's fake challenging, I just forgot how to control my car for there for a second. You guys probably saw that. It was like weirdly turning left and right. You want to pick up on their habits and their patterns, and then adjust to that. Here, pick up the pads. I'm going to grab the boost, and I was going to turn, but I'm gone. Here, use my wave dash. I'm going to insta here just because I like to catch people off guard, especially early in the game, and then I start to fake challenge more afterwards. I'm going to fake here and just leave the ball for my teammate because he's in a better position than I am. That dude missed. I'm going to say I need boost so my teammate knows. I'm going to fake here because they can't really score. Prioritize the boost. So that's a good time to fake challenge when you know they can't score, your teammate's behind you. Yes, please support MLE. Don't do the other one. I just can't do the same price, so that's why it's like 1 cent cheaper. But yeah, please support MLE for if you're signing up through here, because otherwise I have to manually like count who's an MLE and who's not. It just makes my life a little bit easier. Keep it to the corner. Don't want them to score. My teammate might have left the net, but luckily they can't score. I have 0, so I'm going to fake it again. I did not mean to touch that. I'm just going to force. And then that goes in our net, but that's okay. We're playing a little funky here. But we'll reset here and get comfortable again. Okay, so I'm going to lose it back right, because that's what he wanted. I'm going to pick up the boost, turn towards my net, not out. Play him flipping mid. I got to back off because it was just kind of scary. I could have went probably, but I just didn't trust it. I'm going to fake here because I don't have boost. Allow myself to recover, have a chance to recover. Turn in mid for a pass. Get the boost from them. My teammate should be here to challenge in a second. I'll play off of it. Try to scoop it up. He doesn't have boost, so I'm going to go back. And I'm not going to leave this mid boost actually, because he's going to need it more than I do. And then this dude's going the wrong way, so I'll just pick up the boost and I'll rotate behind my teammate. And then here I'll support mid for him. Here I'm going to play his 50, because that's what it looks like he's going for. It's going to be a weird bounce, so I'm going to fake it. I'm going to try and go for a ground air dribble. Prioritize the boost here. Try and shoot it behind him. My teammate should cut here, even if he's low boost. Then here I can catch it, control. Take a 50 mid for my teammate. Grab the boost. Really good shot for my teammate, and then we're back in it. And the first replay, Shocker, will be tomorrow, at least for you. But you can only show up once a week in terms of getting a replay done, so you can show up Saturday or Tuesday, whatever time is more convenient for you. There's a calendar listed with the times and everything like that, and in the Discord when you claim your role. So here I'm going to play high. My teammate's going to force it high. This dude's going to cut. I'm just going to try to force a touch. And I'm going to use my boost to try and get this boost. Here I have 0, so I'm going to flick it, and then that'll be up to my teammate to follow. Pick up some pads behind him so that when he forces, I'm there. Pick up the boost. Good shot by my teammate. A little bit off. He ends up passing it back to me, probably by accident, but try and hit it over him. I'm going to fake it. Then my teammate can shoot. I have 0. He does a really good job of bumping, and then that's an open net for us. But a lot of what I tend to do is bump, fake, and make touches that hopefully make my opponents awkward. That's a lot of my goal. Oop, I just missed. Yeah, I don't have boost, so I could only double jump, and that didn't get much done. So here I will cheat. Let's cheat a little bit closer because it's stalled a lot. Again, pop to make his life a little bit awkward. And then cut. Try and pinch shot. Bad shot. My teammate might get bumped. I'm going to fake here. Just grab the corner. Force it to my teammate. Play his touch. Try and shoot. I end up hitting it backwards by accident. But that's okay. Turn towards my net again. Right, a lot of people turn the wrong way. They try to turn ambitiously. I don't know why I'm jumping for here, so I'm just going to fake it. It's better to just give up and fake than just keep committing and make a bad touch. There I'm bumping. Again, turn back in for my teammate. If he ends up getting a pass, I'll be there. This dude touches it. Bad touch, so I'm going to wait. Turn towards my net and just play it safe. I could go here, but I want to fake and buy time for my teammate to get back. Here I'm just going to try and set it down. Here I'm going to cheat. They might fake it. It looks like they're faking it, so I'm just going to play it safe. Let my teammate grab the boost, and then he'll go. Here I'm going to try to pass. And my teammate gets a good shot, and we score. Especially with all these damn subscriptions increasing in price every month. Netflix increased like $3 or something. I'm pretty sure Spotify increased too. Shameful. My teammate just scored while I was yapping about random stuff there. Oh shoot, I forgot to ask people the questions. If you have questions, please ask them in chat. I'll ask after, or I'll answer them after this game. Um, you can also, you don't have to wait until between games. You can ask before, and I will respond as soon as I can, whether it be during the game, during a replay, or something else. That's a flick of all time right there. Flick went absolutely nowhere. Okay, go for the ball here. Hit it centrally as much as I can to get a good 50, and then stay close. Even if I don't have boost, right, I can still stay close. Doesn't mean you don't have boost that you have to go back to defense. That's something a lot of people think, and because of that, they'll abandon the play like this, right, where I'm so far away, then they can't do anything. That might be the worst recovery of all time. Luckily, my opponent did the same thing. Here I have 0, so I'm just going to go across and steal their pads and take the big boost. And since this guy made a harsh touch, my teammate's there. I'm up. Just going to try and hit it behind him to make it awkward. I might get bumped here. We're good, I didn't get bumped. Try to cut as he gets close to the ground. Turn towards my net again. Then here I can just pop it forward. I'm not trying to score. I'm just trying to make it awkward. I know I'm not going to score. Some people need to recognize that like not every touch needs to be a goal. I don't know if you guys just saw what I saw on my screen there, but that was outrageous. I'm going to leave the mid boost, but I didn't need to. I just didn't know if my team was going to have boost or not. Try and catch it. He ends up wanting it, I think, so I'm just going to grab this boost. And then I'm a psychopath, so I'm going to pre-jump, but since he didn't do anything, I just go down. I'm going to let it kind of go because my teammate bumped the guy, so I have no need to hit the ball forward. Just going to pop it forward. I'm going to grab the boost, and then leave it. My teammate will 1v1 the guy, or just score. I'm going to play safe here, buy some time for my teammate to get back. Might go to the ceiling, just because I know I just forgot how to play the game for a second, and we're going to get scored on for that. Never mind. I'm going to bump, and then that should allow my teammate to score an open net, hopefully. Oh, I think he just drove right through me. Just float. Try and force. Right, I don't even have to use much boost or really throw myself at it. Sometimes just jumping, people feel forced to touch the ball. Just going to pop it high. Don't need to score. Then bump the goalie. And then that'll give my teammate an open net. I think it's hitting the crossbar, though. That's okay. There we go. He scored in the end. When is the best time to steal boost? When your teammate has good possession of the ball, or the ball can't be scored on. So let's say it's in your opponent's corner, and it's moving very slow, and it's not chaotic. The play isn't chaotic. Steal the boost. If the play is chaotic like this, right, don't steal the boost. Here it's slowed down, so if I wanted to, I could have taken the guy's corner, but here I can go for boost because it slows down, right? So anytime the play slows down, that's a good time to steal boost. Like right here, I know it's slow in the corner, so I steal this guy's corner. That's a good example. That one was a little bit more risky, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to be confident and make sure that you can recover quickly. Like here, right, it's a slow play, so if my teammate doesn't score, I stole their corner. And then the guy back there wouldn't have had boost, but it scored, so it didn't matter. But like good control means you can steal boost, or if the play is somewhere where it's slow, then you can do it. But if the play is chaotic, right, the ball could just pinch out or get boomed, you probably shouldn't steal boost. So I guess the simpler way to put it is when there's certainty. There's certainty that it's safe. And safety is something that you learn the more you play. You recognize when things are safe, when they're not. Because everything that I just mentioned was whether it's safe or not. If your team has good possession, it's probably safe. If the play isn't chaotic, it's probably safe. So safety, I guess, is the overall concept. But those are the main two that I think of: is when your team has good possession or the ball somewhere where it's not going to be chaotic. Any other questions before I queue up again? Okay, I'm going to try and lose it back left here. A little bit harsher of a lose, but still got it to my teammate. Try and play in the center here just to kind of see what happens. He gets a shot. I'm trying to use minimal amounts of boost, just pick up pads. Try and hit it behind for my teammate to score. Both of us failed, but that's okay. Pick up the boost, and then whenever he forces, I want to just be there, so I start to get a little bit closer. They end up just giving it to us, so. Flick. Try to bump. Grab the boost. Again, play my teammate's force, so as soon as he forces, boom, I'm here. Look to my right to see if I got space. I do, so I can slow it down. Try and go for a dunk here. He ends up clearing it. Pick up the boost. Rotate behind, right? Not towards the play. It's important. But still want to be close, right? Still want to be somewhat close. Let this dude hit it. I'm going to let my teammate challenge to an extent. Bad first touch, but it's okay. I'll turn towards my net. Cover the mid pass. Pick up some pads. Play close to him. Oop, I almost just helped him save that. But that's okay. I'm still winning. A little bit lucky, though. Okay, so here I will cheat. I like to cheat a little bit further away. I don't like being too close. Pick up the boost. Take the other boost. Ooh, really bad touch, so I'm going to have to play reactive here. But it's okay because they don't have much boost. I end up running out of boost, so I'm out of the play. So then it's kind of up to my teammate to make sure he doesn't overcommit, which he did a good job of. So here I'm going to play his force. So as soon as he forces, boom, I'm here. Tried to land on it, but the guy made a touch. So here again, I'll play his force. So as soon as he forces, boom, I'm here. He's not forcing, so I'm going to force. And then it'll be his job to boom be there, which he was. Here I need to play the shot. The guy missed. End up getting beat there, which is kind of unfortunate on my part. I should have just went on the wall. I just didn't want to miss right here. But I have to play confident, right? And that's important whenever you guys play too, is you got to be confident in your own ability. Because if you hesitate, you're probably more likely to get scored on. So I hesitated there, and then I got scored on. Cheat up a little slowly, just in case they Spanish. Doesn't look like they're Spanishing, so I'll push up. Try and 50. Try to 50 again, or just force the ball to my teammate. When I 50, it's not always about winning it either. It's about getting it to my teammate. He ended up taking a very, very bad 50 there, and that happens. It is what it is. That's the idea of, like, if your teammate's out of the play, you got to be safe. So there, he could have fake challenged. If that goes back to the question asked earlier about fake challenging, like that would have been a good time to fake, just because I'm not back. So if he goes, he has to be sure that he makes a good touch, and he didn't. So we got scored on. Here I fake or lose it back because he said need boost. Rotate back post, slow down a little bit. Try to get a 50. I think he's gonna get beat, so I go towards my net, but he ended up getting a touch. I'm just gonna pop it for him. Pop it forward for him because I know he has boost. I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna fake, right? Because I need to buy him time. I accidentally messed up, and I did not make a good challenge. But the initial fake is the right idea because he's in the corner, right? So I need to buy him time. After that, I just turned my car in the wrong way. So complete error on my part mechanically. Here, I'll cheat. I'm gonna just go for his boost because I know he wants it, and then pop it to my teammate. I'm gonna fake here again because I know he's low. Hit it over to my teammate. He ends up going for boost first, which is probably an error there because if he went for it, he probably would have scored, or I could have scored. Again, I'm trying to hit it back towards him. It's fine if it goes towards our net just because it's not gonna pinch. Try and shoot. Here I can pick up the boost if it spawns. If it doesn't, then I turn in and pick up the pads, which is what I did. It ends up just being a good amount of boost anyways. Force the flick again. Then here I'm going to try to challenge from behind. He ends up being able to touch it. I was going to look for the bump there. So here I'll just go mid. Try and shoot. I don't have boost, so I'm going to pick up some pads and then turn towards my net. That was a really good pass. I just didn't really expect it. Need to make sure he doesn't bump me here. Take a 50. Try and pop it out. I end up missing, so it'll be up to him to fake, which he did. This guy's going to touch it. I'm going to pick up this boost. Force. Let him keep going. He does a good job of bumping. I'm watching to see if this guy instas. He does, but my flick wasn't very good. I'm just going to put it back in my corner. My teammate cut in front of me. I'm just going to sit here and wait because this boost should spawn in a second. Unless someone picked it up, which I think they did. So I don't have much boost. I'm going to flick it up to him. I again don't have much boost, so I'm just going to pop it. Try and catch it here. It should go straight down if the guy misses. If he doesn't, then I'll just grab the boost. Then I'll turn back in mid. Grab this boost if it spawns. Otherwise, hit it over to my teammate. Doink mid. That should be an open net. There we go. Now we have a chance to try and come back at the last part of the game. Here he wants boost, so I'm going to try to lose it to him again. I'll be across with full boost. I'll be up to him to look for me. And if this guy misses, then hopefully I can score. I didn't score. That's probably because I talked about scoring, so I missed. But that should be an open net. That's an error on my part. Any questions before I go to the next game after missing that open net? That's a rough one. Take the 50. Here, I'm just going to pick up some pads and then turn back in because we got good possession, so I want to be there for my teammate, right? And you'll see that, boom, I'm here. Now, he probably should have left me that boost just because I'm the one on the ball, but if he doesn't, that's okay too. Try and pop it over, bump one, bump another, and they'll boom it. And then here, I'm just going to play his force. Try to control it. I'm going to slow down, and then I'll just be mid for him, but he might score himself. Oh, I bounced weird, so neither of us will score. I'm actually just going to reset it backwards just because we're awkward and he needs to grab boost. Try and pop it over one. I'm going to fake it. Pass it mid. That's kind of unfortunate. I expected him to just shoot, and I don't think he was ready for it. Then I tried to cut in front. Try to just shoot low. Grab the boost. Fake it. Try and force this guy to hit it to my teammate. Did not, so my teammate will do that, and then we'll just go over and over again until one of us forces to the other. Try and just shoot again. Pick up the boost. I'll fake it for him because he's in a better position than I am. And then I'll jump. And I'll just put it anywhere on target. Amp's a smart man. Jackson and I played him and stopped him from getting SSL by accident. We did stop him from promoting for his first time, so that's why you should get coaching. He lost to me and then he got coaching. He signed up for the program. That's how you know. Get beat by the coach, it's time to join the coach. I'm gonna grab the boost and I'm gonna fake because I know my teammate's in a good position to go. So that's another reason to fake is sometimes your teammate's in a better position. So if they expect the ball, like if they're ready for it, then sometimes it's important to leave it for them. They got the better touch. Try to doink it, not get a very good doink. My teammate's going for boost, so I'm going to try to grab their boost, and in worst case, I just end up forcing. I'm going to let him keep going, but I'm going to not go for the corner. I'm going to stay relevant. If I go for the corner, I might be away from the play, and then I can't force it right here like I just did. Here I need to avoid getting bumped. My teammate shoots. They save it. I'm going to grab the boost. I'm going to slow it down, maybe grab the other boost too. Bump the other guy, and that's a goal. I turn my ball cam off and look for him. But you don't have to be like crazy mechanical to be SSL either. You guys are probably noticing that, but I'm not doing anything like crazy. I literally missed a wide open double tap to lose last game. Look at that. Like that's the extent of my mechanics right there. There I look for the bump. In worst case, it forces him to jump late, which is why my teammate can beat him. Take a 50 to my teammate. Go for this corner, and then turn back towards my net. Boom, I'm ready to follow up my teammate. Just touch it anywhere. I don't have to get a good touch. It's just important to get a touch at that point just because I fucked up. Try to bump the guy. Try to shoot it back corner. And there we go, we got it and scored. But yeah, in that moment when the ball goes mid, it's not about getting the perfect touch, it's about getting a touch. So whatever you got to do to get that touch. And sometimes you're not going to be able to know exactly what touch you're going to get until you get closer. So there I just jumped. I flipped, and then I just figured out what I need to do afterwards. Think of it as like one step at a time type thing. If you don't jump, you're never gonna score, but or save it or score, I guess, depending on the situation. Slow it down. Let this guy kind of challenge, force him in towards me. Flick it over him. Try and get it mid. Look for the bump. Get 2 bumps. I think I got bumped into the other guy. Well, shocker, what I mean is I'm not mechanical like for an SSL. I still have mechanics. But relatively, I'm not like hitting double flip resets and stuff like that. I'm just very consistent with the basics, which is what gets me to where I am and what has gotten me to B plus 2, which for those that don't know, B plus is like 6-man's, which is 3v3 with comms, where I'm like in a rank with like probably the top 100 in NA. Well, probably like top 200 players in NA are in B plus or higher. It's like there's 50 in B plus and then 150 or something. Maybe it's like more like 100 in total. And there's like 50 B plus players and then like 50 rank A and then probably like 50 rank X to S, which is the pros. So I guess 150 people, something like that. Those are the bubble players, so the people who make top 32 and stuff are in my rank. Um, or the people who get on the match to get top 32 are in my rank as well. Um, for those that watch RLCS and know what I'm talking about. Yeah, B plus is bubble. I'd say B plus is very low bubble, depending on the player, but rank A is more of the bubble because they're the people who have a chance to, like, depending on if they have a good day, like they could make a regional and then get rank X. Or I guess I don't think rank X is done by making the regional. It used to be, and then I think that um, B plus is probably the people who have a good chance to upset like a rank X team or a bottom low 16 team if they're having a good day. I say low 16. Top 16 is what I meant. a low top 16 team. So like the teams that are sometimes making top 16, like a Netherland America. Like there's a chance that a B plus team could upset them. I think it's rare, but it's definitely possible. They could upset like a Shopify. Happens. Even if Shopify sometimes makes higher. I think Shopify consistently hasn't been very good this season, so they could be a team that gets upset. Any questions now that this game's ending and that we've put 11 shots on this team? Thank you guys for watching this video. It's going to be something that I do pretty frequently when I run these events. I'll record them, upload them to YouTube, both the gameplay as well as the replay analysis in 2 separate videos. If you want to witness those live or watch those live and ask questions or even get a chance at a free replay, make sure you join Minor League Esports as well as my Discord. And if you're interested in coaching, join my Discord. All the information is there. Feel free to ask questions. I'm happy to help out in whatever way I can, and have a nice rest of your day.